What?
All lies will be exposed.
Oh my goodness, it's a Sunday brunch, and it's good to have all of you here. We got ourselves a Super Sunday show for all of you, but a real quick announcement here too, and I mentioned this on the Patreon exclusive live stream. Come hang out with us on Patreon. You could ask me questions, hang out with me, talk with me, all that kind of good stuff on the Patreon show. And also, hey, by the way, you keep us alive, and for that, we're very eternally grateful for all you patron supporters that are standing with us, especially in this weird day and age of censorship, because a lot of you have been messaging me, telling me you're not being notified when we upload content or when we go live. So I don't know what that's all about, but hey, it is what it is. And everything, well, hey, look, we're gonna work things out, fix it out, all that kind of stuff as much as we can, whenever we can. But right now, folks, here's the announcement. There will not be a Monday morning show, I know, but that means we're going to be doing a night writing on Monday. So I guess I'm going to be in for a good ride. No pun intended. Night writing with Kit, 9 p.m. I'll be posting it tomorrow on our X account, Discord, and on Patreon too. So there you go. there you go. So yes, we will be having a night rating show. So again, the show will always be Monday, Wednesdays, Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday. Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So don't forget that. So if you don't gotta get it, you don't get it. You better go figure it out. It is what it is. Shout out to everyone. Mr. Moto. So guess what? Ain't no hippos here. There you go. Who else we got here? Where's everybody else? CB Applejack, good to see you. Kit, I'm sorry to tell you, but I think it's my duty to inform you that you were born a man, you'll die a man. Oh, yeah? Don't worry. We have Candace Owens for that.
You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man. You were born a man and you will die a man.
Thank you, Candace. Thank you always. Thank you always. So we got ourselves a super show for all of you today. So without further ado, it's time for the morning dump. I know we didn't do the morning dump on Friday, and for that, I'm sorry. But listen here. Listen here, man. I've been told that there's a lack of science on this show. That there's been a lack of science. You know what? Listen. Hang in there, Santa. Hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. Oh, my goodness. You got Rudolph. You got all of them. All the reindeer ladies. All right. Hang on, Santa. Hang on, Santa. You're going to make it. Santa's fighting for his life there. Santa's fighting for his life there. Hang in there, Santa. By the way, happy Halloween. I hope all of you had a very good happy Halloween. And Lady Alex, is today your birthday? Well, then where the hell are my birthday cakes for Lady Alex? Where are they? Lady Alex, where are her birthday cakes? I better see birthday cake emojis in the live stream chat. Make it happen for this community. Now, look, listen, I'm no expert, but just because bears look cute and cuddly in comic books, or you could draw them to be cute and cuddly, remember, these are dangerous wild animals that will not be your friend, that will not let you belly rub them. They will rip you apart and play with your rib cage on their snout.
Are we going to be one of those people?
I think he's stuck.
He's a nice guy. He just wants to hang out and see everybody.
I don't think he can get out of there. I think he's stuck.
No, don't help him. It's a trap.
Should we help him? You want to
No.
help him?
We
No.
should not help him.
He's a good boy.
No,
You think he's stuck?
don't help him. He's not a good boy. Look at that. Look at that. First of all, I see that face right there. No. You got stuck there. You figure it out. And no marmalade. I ain't going to give you no marmalade sandwich or a pot of honey.
Should we help him? You
No.
wanna help him?
We should not help him.
He's a good boy.
Nope.
You think he's stuck? He might be stuck.
Hi, Bear. Give him
No.
some salami.
No.
I'm never going to listen to another thing you
Why
say.
did he looks grumpy as fuck. He looks Romanian.
Why does he look Romanian? Well, that's pretty specious right there, but okay. Now listen. Here's your good morning feel for today. High five.
High five.
High five. Why don't you give him a high five? High five. High five.
Anna. High five.
High five.
High five.
High five.
High five. High five.
High five. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Winning.
No, high five.
Another high five! Yay!
There you go. High fives for everybody. And then finally, listen, I've seen enough horror movies to see how this plays out. No, I'm not messing around with the keys. I am going to break down the glass and run away from the serial killer. This is your belated Halloween video.
Oh, you got it!
Run!
No way.
Wow. She got it! Oh!
Oh, she got it!
Oh, sorry.
Run.
Go, Daniel, go! She's got it. He walked away slow.
And finally, folks, your motivation for the day. Your motivation.
My name is Michael Audrey Myers, and I'm one of the greatest ever. Every morning I wake up, 2 raw eggs in the gym, 2-3 hours, sauna, cardio, training, weightlifting. You know, I do it all. I cut off all distractions. Look right here. Sent to me about 4 or 5 minutes ago before the interview. Look at it right here. Look. She talked about to come to Miami, Annabelle.
Nah, Annabelle, we don't got time for you. We got time to train.
Talk about coming to Miami. Left on red. I ain't coming to Miami. I'm working. Everybody always asks me, you know, how do you get there? When they see you, they're running across the building. They're running down the stairs. They're running across the parking garage. They're in their car. They think they're safe. You're already there. How do you do that? Work ethic. Nobody working like me. Nobody. Pennywise talk about, oh, I'm big time. You living in the sewer. My condo $4,800 a month. You're not moving like me. You know what I'm saying? You heard the 4 greats. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Michael Phelps, Michael Myers. That's me. I'm one of the big dogs. And you know, let's wrap this shit up. I got places to be. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go murder some of.
All right, folks. Welcome to Hard Lens Media. That was the morning dump, and I think it's only fair, my lovely, beautiful people, that we do get started with our first segment of the day. Let's get to it. Let's get started with it. The Epstein files. Remember that? Oh, yeah, I'm going to drop that bomb right here because Representative Thomas Massie identifies 2 reasons why Trump might have flipped on the Epstein files. Why he flip-flop, flippity-flop. No, you're probably wondering, well, gee, Kit, what are the Epstein files? Well, they used to be a big thing back in the day. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why people decided to drop it or let the story die in the vine, but he was the most prolific trafficker in international history. And because of it, we are still seeing the fallout from it. Prince Andrew lost all of his titles and his bearings, and not to mention the whole world is eyeing Washington, D.C., Wall Street, and Hollywood with suspicious raised eyebrows because Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, knew the who's who, the players that be, the powers that be. And we always have to wonder, when will those files truly be released? And no, I'm not talking about that infamous jump for joy way early this year when you had influencers holding files that we already had access to. And then somehow they all miraculously disappeared off the Pam Bondi's desk. What, did the dog eat them? I mean, that used to be an old school, excuse back in the day when you didn't hand in your homework. But no, really, seriously, what happened to him? So I want to pull up this video here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. Be sure to hit the like button because, folks, this is only the beginning. Only the beginning.
There's 2 reasons he's flipped. One, his rich and powerful friends who've donated to him or go to his dinner parties. Like, he doesn't want to embarrass them, and they may in fact not even be guilty of a crime. They may just be very embarrassed that they were having extramarital sex, with these women, for instance. So that's one thing, but I think there's also the intelligence aspect of this that goes even deeper. Maybe Trump is on one plane and he's thinking, I can't embarrass my friends, but there may be people in the administration who are career people who are thinking on another plane. They're like, well, let's convince Trump he's going to embarrass his friends, when in reality, what we're trying to do is protect our sources and methods, which may involve sex trafficking.
Oh, right. Because remember, I think during the campaign trail, he was making that his promise. Now, listen, if you're a diehard Trump supporter, listen, I want to know who's on the list. I don't say this as anyone politically affiliated. I say this as a good person. Or I like to think I'm a good person or whatever, right? I think we all are trying to be good people. Don't we want to know who's on that list? Don't we want to know who's on that list? Don't we want to know who is on that damn list so that these scumbag politicians are held accountable for their crimes? Don't we want to know? It's a who's who, what. Epstein knew everybody. Let's just rip this Band-Aid off.
Yeah. And we don't want to embarrass our partner, Israel, in this time when the popularity for their war or support for their war is at an all-time low, and now we're going to find out that their defense minister, Ehud Barak, met was documented with Jeffrey Epstein 36 times, probably even while he was defense minister. He had previously been prime minister. I don't know that he knew Epstein during that period. I'm not sure how much of those dates overlap, but there are reasons that they want to protect them. There's reasons he's flipped. And I don't think his children or J.D. Vance or even Pam Bondi or Kash Patel were read into all that when they originally said all of this stuff should be released. I mean, if it's a hoax, what were those binders that Pam Bondi gave out?
Yeah. Remember those binders and everyone was jumping up for joy like, whoop-de-doo, woo. I remember that, and so should all of you. And I think the reason why right now we're seeing such a flippity-flop, flop on these politicians is because, yes, it could lead to global instability. Global instability. Well, what is that? Well, first of all, I mean, think about it. Most of the world, most normal people, I mean, they're not really plugged into social media. I mean, being involved in this media sphere, this media space, sometimes, folks, it could get a little toxic. And sometimes you find out things you just don't want to know. And sometimes you find yourself wondering, gee, how come more people aren't reacting to this? Because most people are just trying to get on by. I mean, if most of the world, if most people in this country understood that Epstein knew all the powers that be, the people who own our politicians, and I'm not just talking about Wall Street, but I'm talking about like the lobby groups and everything else. If all these people were so interconnected with them, which means they knew. All right, same thing goes for Hollywood. All your favorite actors and actresses, the directors, producers, and their proxies, they all knew. Everybody knew. Let's rip this bandit. They knew. And they know that we know. And if the rest of the world figured it out, I mean, my goodness, it would be a huge gut check to the infrastructure and power systems that we have here in this country. That what? Our leaders, people who are in charge of institutions that we quote unquote should respect, had knowledge that scumbag trafficking was being done to young people, and that they were best friends, buddies, or either that took money or had proxies take money from that scumbag. And they know that they could have stopped them. I mean, think about it. There's a lot of diehard vote blue no matter who and diehard Republican red voters out there who probably think at the end of the day when they cast their vote that their politician is working hard in Washington, D.C. Well, gee, they're not working hard because we got a government shutdown and people are starving, and oh no, people are losing their benefits, and oh no, people are dying in the streets, and oh no, they're all owned. Your vote never mattered because they are being controlled by people with money. And these people all knew each other, all friends. They're buddies. They're buddies. So guess what, diehard liberals and diehard conservatives and my fellow independents, boomers, Gen Xers, millennials, Gen Z, we're all in the same boat. And most of these people who could have done something right chose not to because these are, one, they have some videotapes on them. Two, they're cowards and afraid. They're not brave. They're cowards. They're little punks. They're so afraid. So whenever you hear them talk about good deeds and hard work, ask them how they knew Epstein, if they knew Epstein. How come no one's fighting to release these files? And the same thing goes for, yes, even our leaders, everyone from the very top. I think we have a right to know. For the people who have mysteriously passed away under very mysterious circumstances, which I press X to doubt because I'm wondering how mysterious they are. As a great wise man has said, and will continue to be a powerful force in this channel, and I want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick, were it not for this interview, I would never be able to use this, but listen, everything's going to be shown. To quote my grandfather too, it will all unfold in the end.
All lies will be exposed.
As they should. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. By the way, Dr. Donnie, I hope you're doing well. And Dr. Donnie, thank you so much for giving Hardlands Media a shout out. I think you posted something like saying, hey, I watch Hardlands Media all the time and I never get notified, but you do watch. So thank you, Dr. Donnie. We do appreciate it. Also, Cowboy Kitty, give me a thumbs up I'll be more than happy to read that post that you shared on social media. It has to deal with your sister-in-law being, her current situation. I am ever hopeful and praying for her immediate safe release, and that this nightmare will be over very soon. So just give me a thumbs up or something like that. It's private. DM me because the chat might be going too fast and I won't be able to see it. There you go. I see the 2 thumbs up. There you go. All right, I see 2 thumbs up. There you go. But first, let's get started with our next segment of the day. Let's go, Ghostbusters. Civil war. Corporate media is talking about civil war. Not between the North or the South or the East or the West. No, between the haves and haves not. Because as we now know, there is a government shutdown. And the big issue for the 2026 midterm election cycle is going to be the economy. I'm sorry, it's not going to be about social identity. I mean, immigration will play a role, but the number one issue, just like I said in the 2024 election cycle, which will be in the 2026 midterm election cycle, is going to be the economy. I'm hearing some very sad and depressing stories about families struggling. I'm hearing some very depressing stories about people trying to make ends meet. And it's going to get rough. But when you have corporate media talking about a civil war between the haves and haves not, which will prevent the rise of trillionaires, how much more money do you need? Like, I'm being serious. How much more money does the top 1% have? In the world that you have made no room for anybody, including yourself. I mean, what more can you buy? You do realize that the ancients, the great kings and pharaohs and emperors, when they died, they never took their gold with them. They never took it with them. When you die, you're born with nothing and you will die with nothing. Hey, corporate media is talking about, hey, we got to be aware of a civil war because this looks like it's going to happen. But the thing is, if you're going to be sticking your neck out for a trillionaire or a billionaire, what, you think they're going to write you a check for $1 million? Huh? No. Shout out to Case Study QB.
Of course, the Civil War will probably prevent more trillionaires from happening.
Probably.
We're hearing about that more and more. I think Dahlia's.
Did you hear that? Uh-oh. A civil war will prevent trillionaires. Well, I mean, look, I don't want anyone to die, but, I mean, what kind of news segment is this? CNBC?
Of course, the Civil War will probably prevent more trillionaires from happening.
Probably.
We're hearing about that more and more. I think Dahlia's spouting that prophecy.
The Civil War's coming?
Just the class struggle because of
not between the North and the South or the Red.
Oh no, between the head. Yeah, exactly. Like let them eat cake, guillotine, Gotham type stuff. Mamdani.
It's true, and at a point where you've got the government shut down, and
right.
That is really
no food stamps for you, but
right.
$1 trillion
in the markets.
I just saw a video of Mamdani from I don't know what year.
A horrible video.
Hold on, I'm sorry. We're gonna rewind this again because just hearing that again, it's bothering me hearing CNBC saying a civil war will prevent trillionaires. So great, like what, 1 or 3 people will have access to trillions of dollars while the rest of us have what, $5 in our pocket if we're lucky.
Of course, the Civil War will probably prevent more trillionaires from happening.
Probably.
We're hearing about that.
I know, civil war, trillionaires, huh? Here's what I think about it.
Here's what I think about it.
Civil war will prevent trillionaires, huh?
Amazing. 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 Amazing.
Just throwing it out there.
More and more. I think Dahlia's spouting that prophecy.
The Civil War's coming?
Just the class struggle because of
not between the North and the South or the Red.
Oh no, between the head. Yeah, exactly. Like let them eat cake, guillotine, Gotham type stuff. Mamdani.
It's true, and at a point where you've got the government shut down, and
right.
That is really
no food stamps for you, but
right.
$1 trillion
in the markets.
I just saw a video of Mamdani from I don't know what year.
A horrible video
where he literally says that he wants the government to seize the
means of production.
Like actually says it.
Marxism.
Like actually says it.
Don't worry, Mamdani's going to get a sit down from the Democratic establishment, and he'll be a good boy. Don't worry, that's how this works. Everyone's so. I remember people were so afraid of AOC. Jesus Christ, calm down.
Communism, yeah. That's why
it's interesting because I talk to people in New York, and even people who are supportive of him say, oh, Andrew is not really a socialist. He's a democratic socialist. And then when you see him say it, he says, I'm a socialist. This is what you go, oh, okay.
Of course, the Civil War will probably.
I know everyone's so afraid. I know. But here, you know, I found this wonderful segment also from Case Study QB, from Morning Joe from MSNBC, also which will soon be renamed MS Now. Snip, snap, snippity, snap, Miss Now. Ooh la la.
We certainly understand that working Americans in the MAGA coalition are starting to get nervous. You hear Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's reflecting what she's hearing. Same with Josh Hawley. What are the richest of the rich who support Donald Trump thinking?
You know what they're thinking. And
I know. I just want to hear you say it. It's a leading question.
There's two economies. There are two economies right now. There's the working class economy, and there's the billionaire economy. And those people are very happy.
Okay, so they're making almost as much now of the market as they did when Joe Biden was president.
Yes, they are. But they don't see it that way. They just kind of
but they made so much money while Joe Biden was president of the stock market, and yet they called him a socialist. They don't understand.
Yeah, again, people are using words here. Calling Biden a socialist and a communist. I mean, come on. Come on. It was just being used as a slur. That's all. Same thing like calling Chicago a communist or Marxist or Leninist or communist utopia. No, it's a corporatist nightmare. Okay, it's a hyper segregated city. But if you're just going to be using it as a slur, then it's going to lose all meaning. I mean, weren't the top 1% doing pretty good under Joe Biden? I think the answer is yes. How are the rest of you doing? Hey, how are the rest of you doing now? Let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 for it's great, Kit. Shut down, butt down. There ain't nothing to worry about. Woo! Type 1 if that's your answer. Type 2, Jesus Christ, Kid. If you ever ask me that question again, I'm breaking your legs. I wonder how many 2s will show up in chat. I wonder. Do you ever wonder?
See it that way. They just kind of
but they made so much money while Joe Biden was president of the stock market, and yet they called him a socialist. They don't understand. I'm confused, Donnie. Why would they do that?
There's a
No, I don't understand. I mean, how much?
Sebastino. Look, man, this is how I know I'm getting old. I understand the 6'7". All right, everyone, please, let's not do that. Let's just drop it. We're not doing that here. We're gonna call that a no bueno, okay? ¿Cómo estás, my fellow pendejos? ¿Cómo estás?
Much money. You look at the stock market, how much it exploded, how much money your friends made, millions and millions and millions of dollars while smoking cigars on their yachts playing pinochle.
They need more.
They are afraid of
like the pack
billionaires.
They just need more and more.
I don't either. I don't know.
I've become more of a man of the people lately, though.
Hey, this guy here. Hey, he's become a man of the people. Remember when he said that he'd rather vote for Trump than Bernie Sanders? Remember that? Huh? He's become a man of the people. Isn't it fascinating? Say that again, genius. I don't think my audience heard you in the back.
It's playing pinochle.
They need more.
They are afraid of
like the pack
billionaires.
They just need more and more.
I don't either. I don't know.
I've become more of a man of the people lately, though. You'll see
really?
me in Central Park just walking my dog and just.
Yeah, you're walking your dog, huh, in Central Park? Okay, great. You know, look, Central Park is beautiful. I will not deny that, NYC. I won't take that away from you. But walking your dog in the park does not make you a man of the people, okay? All right? Understanding that perhaps the majority of your viewing audience, because corporate media's audience is predominantly maybe being played in retirement homes, in prisons, or at airports or something of that nature. Guess what? Majority of people are struggling right now. Majority of people are afraid right now. Majority of people don't know why their politicians are enjoying a wonderful vacation while they're starving, and a shutdown is preventing everything from happening. You know, people right now don't know how they're going to get the groceries because SNAP benefits has been cut. No SNAP. You know, people are starving. People are hurting. And yet corporate media has the audacity to say, oh, well, what about the billionaires and trillionaires? Well, gee, what about them? They're okay. They're going to be fine. There's a whole system in which they are okay. Donald Trump gave away the secret sauce in 2016 about the tax system, why he doesn't pay. It means he's smart, right? That's what he said from that Dave Chappelle skit. But we got the primary debates between him and Hillary Clinton to prove it. Just go on the Wayback Machine. Just Google it. Go on the YouTubes. Find it anywhere. On TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram. It's all there. When Donald Trump said the whole system was corrupt, and Maria asked, well, how do you know? Because I've used it. And it's not only Trump. It's all these other millionaires and billionaires, okay? But he's become a man of the people. One more time. Say again.
On their yachts playing pinochle.
They need more.
They are afraid
They're
of
like
an
the
even
Pac-Man.
billionaires.
They just need more and more.
I don't either. I don't know.
I've become more of a man of the people lately, though.
Have you
You'll see
really?
me in Central Park, just walking my dog and just talking to everybody. And
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, my fellow poor people? That's what he's probably saying. Nene64 says he fired his dog walker, so now he's a man of the people. Hey, times are tough for our corporate media pundits who are out there reading the news. And Topher 1010, I just got your aft letter from insurance saying I can't afford it anymore after New Year's. Yeah, great. You see, this is terrible. This is terrible. And it shows again just how out of touch our media is, how out of touch our entire establishment is, and why they never really will give a damn about you or me. This shutdown's going to get uglier very soon. Trust me on it, folks. It's only the beginning. And yet now corporate media is saying there's going to be a civil war. Well, civil war implies neighbors versus neighbors, when instead, really, what are you talking about, a class war between the haves and haves not? Listen, when I do this show, I always encourage my audience to do their own research. And I want you guys to look up 2 revolutions. Nothing too crazy, because again, you have to do your own research. But there was like this revolution in France, French Revolution. Something happened to King Louis and his wife, Marie Antoinette. I don't know. I mean, there was a big war between the haves and haves not. Like the top 1%, you know, they were living it up, dance off, pants off. And then there was this other thing, not important, but the civil war that took place in Russia between the whites and the Bolsheviks. Spoiler alert: the Bolsheviks won, but there was like a huge gap between the haves and have-nots. Wasn't really all that pretty. I'm not saying history repeats itself, but the way things are going right now, with the lack of respect that we're getting from our politicians, with the lack of no care at all. I mean, corporate media, be careful with your choice of words here. Be very careful. Because the real reality is right now, when this live stream is done, there are millions of Americans who are afraid right now, wondering how they're going to put food on the table. Do they have enough money to keep the electricity on? Do they have enough money to keep the heat on? Do they have enough money to get medicine for their relatives or friends or their family members? Do they have enough gas in the car? This is a very real nightmare. It's going to get very real. And it shouldn't be this way. Moving on. Moving on. We got a super chat here. Let me acknowledge the super chat here. Hold on. Let's see. The 1% want all the money and power to set up their dynasties and keep the rest of us down. Well, that's the thing, my friend. Christian Guido, you tipped $5. Thank you so much. I recommend checking out the Fall of Civilization podcast, because you know what? I think history is on the rhythm of rhyme of being repeated. Byron K, Molly Littlebird, good to see you on Rumble in the Jungle. And of course, shout out to my kick people. Warehouse 5, I saw you write down 6-7. Look, guys, listen. I'm not one to say like, oh, I don't get it. Like, I get it, okay? But not here. You know that scene from The Matrix when Cypher is unplugging everyone's cord from the brain, and the one lady just turns back and says, not like this, not like, please, no 6-7, not like this, not like this, not like this, not like this. Okay, and hold on, what else have we got here? That's right, Gators in the chat. Where are my Gators? And also, again, happy birthday to Lady Alex. Lady Alex, you should get all the cake right now. But speaking of cake, let's go ahead and moveon.org. Oops. To our next segment of the day. Let's go. Oh, that's right. We are on the move. We are going to be on the move 24/7. So let's go, 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 go. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go. All right, hold on. There you go. See, Lady Alex, you're getting cakes from Trans Gemini and from Camp Cat, as you should. There you go. And yes, I know. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Gators in the chat. Gators in the chat. Cowboy Kitty. Gators in the chat. All right, let's move on to our next segment of the day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Twitch and Hasan Piker. I know it's my... Listen. If I could drag Twitch through the fires, I will, okay? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But going on with the whole segment of the rich and the haves and haves not, Hasan decided to go live on Twitch and talk about his journey from going from broke to rich. But he got community noted for it. Community noted for it in a big way. Now, look, I get it. Sometimes there are people out there who get all the figgy pudding. But first, you got community coding. Hasan is lying. I grew up affluent, and I didn't have to worry about making ends meet or having to take a job or anything like that. YouTube link right there. Father was on board of a $4 billion company. Mom is a commercial landlord, hired by his uncle's network right out of college. Okay, Hasan, tell us the story again.
This bullshit goes both ways. If you're wealthy and you critique capitalism, you're a hypocrite. If you're poor and you critique capitalism, you're jealous. Americans are so fucking cuck sometimes. Exactly. I mean, I've seen both, for the record, because I was dead broke and was critiquing capitalism, and then people would be like, yeah, because you're a fucking loser. And now that I have money and I still do it, people are like, well, hypocrite much? I didn't change. And it's always so...
Wasn't you... Weren't you at Diddy party long time ago?
Strange. Obviously, this is like personal for me for many different reasons, because this is my life's fucking work. But what's so funny about it is, like, people want you to almost be like, oh, once I got a touch of the bag, like, once I touch the bag, it's over. Like, this socialism shit is done. You know what I mean?
Dr. Nick. Just ask the dog if he's changed, dude. Dr. Nick. I love you, man. Get up. Go see the White House counselor.
And then they try to rationalize why I'm still doing this. They try to be like, oh, it's because, like, this is how he's financially incentivized to continue advocating for this kind of shit. And it's like, no, dumbass. Maybe it's because I believe it, you know? People think that, like, I just fucking was born this way. You know what I mean? I always was this person. I always had this $3 million home. Like, it's just so dumb. It genuinely doesn't make sense. Aren't your dad a billionaire? No, man. You're a 27-month subscriber. Are you that fucking stupid? No. I am fortunate enough to be able to financially take care of my parents, both of my parents. There are people who genuinely believe that, by the way. They literally think like, oh, he comes from a billionaire family. It's like, you're fucking dumb. You're so dumb. God damn it. There are a handful of billionaires in Turkey. He would be on fucking lists if that was the case. Is unironically that I know, no, sorry, it's not a no joke situation, because I just can't sometimes tell, because there are people who like legitimately believe that. And there are people who unironically believe that.
Oh, okay. This is the same as Hasan Piker, right? It was chastising other leftists and independents when they were doing the general strike. I remember that, or Force to Vote, or March for Medicare for All. I mean, these were huge things. Same guy telling us we got to vote Democrat. I get it, you know. But this whole idea, again, where you have this platform and you're blessed with the favoritism of Twitch and getting all the wonderful views and all the contact, all the access to everyone. I mean, yeah, it's going to raise a couple of eyebrows. And yeah, especially when there were some really big movements happening 4 years ago in which there was this golden opportunity to really change things. I'm going to just say 2021 was that year. 2021 was the year in which there could have been some real significant change, were it not for maybe some people getting a phone call or a text message or an email in which to help divide and cause the left to become further fracturized than it's ever been before. And no, I don't think it's ever going to really be rehealing anytime soon, because there's no message for the Democrat Party, and it's very clear that there's no reforming it. And anyone that goes to bat for people like Bernie or AOC thinking they're going to save the day, well, you're gravely mistaken. And again, there are so many community notes right now. Just want to throw this out here so everyone can see it. These community notes. Just want to pause it right here, just so all of you could see it yourself. I mean, this was a huge community note right here. Hasan is lying. A link YouTube story. Then again, father was on board of a $4 billion company. Mom is a commercial landlord. Not hating. Hey, people should be proud of who they are. They should be. But also, if you're up there with a Twitch platform, getting all the views, getting all the algorithm to favor you, and then, your actions in regards to social political movements, there's been numerous examples of hypocrisy being called out, not to mention Doggate is still a very real thing. Doggate is still a very real thing, and I have my whole opinion on that. Pets and little kids and, families should not be used as props for any live streamer or influencer. I think that's a gross thing to do, especially for animals. They should not be in one spot 24/7 unless they're a slug. Makes perfect sense. But I get it. But having the moniker of like, yes, rags to riches. Okay, yeah. I've heard this story, but I heavily doubt it. I raise an eyebrow and I question it. I question it because it doesn't add up. And knowing for a fact that there have been cited examples of Twitch giving there's a reason why he's on the top. It's because, again, favoritism. There's a lot of favoritism in this world of social media. There's a lot of dirt there. There's a lot of scumbag behavior, and it's very clear that if you don't play the system, or if you're not getting all the cards going in your favor, you get 2 thumbs down. Okay. There's a story, rags to riches. Do you believe the story? Type 1 for yes, kid, I do. I believe it. Type 2, no. I press X to doubt. I wonder how many 2s and X's will show up in the chat. Show me. Tell me. Moving on. Let's see. Empire We Are tipped $5. Just tuned in. I have no idea who the happy-looking dude is in the costume. Who's the happy dude? I see what you're trying to do there. There you go. Let's see. Byron K says, thank you, Kit. Glad to be here watching the live stream. Of course. Absolutely. You should be glad. All of you should be glad, okay? Don't be mad. Be glad. Let's see. Topher 1010. Is he super douche for Halloween? Maybe. Maybe not. It's a dump on Twitch till it disappears. That's right. Kick for life. By the way, we are now at 280 followers. And first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Bad Cookies. Bad Cookies. I saw your comment in the Discord chat. You think I'm Jeffrey Toobin? You think I'm that Detroit cop? I'm wearing pants here. And people saying the only time we saw Kit without pants was when he was wearing pajamas. Yeah. I'm not perfect. You're going to cancel me now? If you don't like me wearing pajamas, unsubscribe. No, don't unsubscribe. Listen, don't do that. Please don't do that. Please. There you go. The pants are AI. Shadow Hab, get up, go see the White House counselor. Nay Bones, get up, go see the White House counselor. Oh, yeah, the kilt doesn't technically count. And Mastermind Our Kid is the happiest man in Chicago. I am very happy. One would say I'm very... I'm taking that word back. All right, moving on now to our next segment of the day. We go, we move, we move, we roll. We roll, we move, because we're going to be rolling and moving. So let's go. So yesterday, the Joe Rogan podcast had an interview sit down with Elon Musk. And we're going to go ahead and revisit something here, okay? Tucker Carlson, a few months ago, interviewed Sam Altman. And it had to deal with the self-deletion of an OpenAI whistleblower. And I got to tell you, man, if I was Tucker Carlson, I would have been a little bit nervous. Like, are you sure nothing happened? Because the way Sammy Boy is sitting, the way he's talking, his body language doesn't add up. And so Rogan and Elon Musk, and look, I know we got our opinions on Rogan and Elon Musk. I get it. I got them too. But the bigger thing is here, what happened at OpenAI? I got to know. An inquiring mind wants to know. So let's go and pull up this video here because, man, it don't add up. It really don't add up.
So we were talking about this interview with Sam Altman and Tucker, and I was like, we should probably just talk about this on the air because it is one of the craziest interviews I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Where Tucker starts bringing up this guy who was
a whistleblower or whatever.
A whistleblower
Yeah.
who, committed suicide but doesn't look like it. And he's talking to Sam Altman about this, and Sam Altman's like, "Are you accusing me?" He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm just saying I think someone killed him."
Yeah. And it should be investigated.
Yeah.
Not just drop the case.
It seems like
that they just dropped the case. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
his
seems
parents
like
think he was murdered.
Yeah.
The wires to a security camera were cut.
Blood in 2 rooms.
Blood in 2 rooms. Someone else's wig was in the room.
Someone else's wig.
Wig.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
normal.
his wig. Not normal to have a wig laying around.
Yes. And he ordered DoorDash right before allegedly committing suicide.
Yeah.
Which seems unusual.
Yeah.
It's like, let's.
It don't add up. I'm telling you, it don't add up. I'm telling you, it don't add up. And why it doesn't add up? I'll tell you why. This is why. This is that interview we're talking about.
So you had complaints from one programmer who said you guys are basically stealing people's stuff and not paying them, and then he wound up murdered. What was that?
Also a great tragedy. He committed suicide.
Do you think he committed suicide?
I really do.
Have you looked?
This was like a friend of mine. This is like a guy that, and not a close friend, but this is someone that worked at OpenAI for a very long time. I was really shaken by this tragedy. I spent a lot of time trying to, read everything I could, as I'm sure you and others did too, about what happened. It looks like a suicide to me.
Why does it look like a suicide?
It was a gun he had purchased. It was this is gruesome to talk about, but I read the whole medical record. Does it not look like one to you?
No, he was definitely murdered, I think. There were signs of a struggle, of course.
Of course, Tucker's bringing up signs of a struggle.
Of course, the surveillance camera, the wires had been cut. He had just ordered takeout food, come back from a vacation with his friends on Catalina Island. No indication at all that he was suicidal. No note and no behavior. He had just spoken to a family member on the phone. And then he's found dead with blood in multiple rooms. So that's impossible. Seems really obvious he was murdered. Have you talked to the authorities about it?
I have not talked to the authorities about it.
Questionable.
I'm gonna order pizza. On second thoughts, I'll kill myself. It seems like that's a very rapid change in mindset.
It's very weird, and especially the parents they don't believe he committed suicide at all.
He has no note or anything.
No.
Yeah.
It seems pretty fucked up. And, the idea that a
Seems like
whistleblower for an enormous AI company that's worth billions of dollars might get whacked, that's not outside the pale.
I mean, it's straight out of a movie.
Right out of a movie, but right out of a movie is real sometimes.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right?
It's
Right?
it's a little weird that I think they should do a proper investigation. Like, what's the downside on that proper investigation?
Right. No.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
But the whole exchange is so bizarre.
Yeah. It is.
Sam Altman's reaction to being accused of murder is bizarre.
Look, I don't know if he's guilty, but it's not possible to look more guilty. So I'm like,
or look more weird.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just his social thing. Like maybe he's just odd with confrontation and it just goes blank. You know? But if somebody was accusing me of killing Jamie, like if Jamie was a whistleblower and Jamie got whacked.
Oh, Jamie, run, man. Run, man. He just dropped your name.
Odd with confrontation and it just goes blank. You know? But if somebody was accusing me of killing Jamie, like if Jamie was a whistleblower and Jamie got whacked, and then I'd be like, wait, are you accusing me of killing my friend? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I would be a little bit more irate.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I would be a little upset.
It'd be like, you'd be like, you'd certainly insist on a thorough investigation.
Yeah.
As opposed to trying to sweep it under the rug.
Hey, Jamie, can you look that up for me? Also, pull up that image of that praying mantis eating that lizard.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume that he committed suicide. I would be suspicious. If Tucker was telling me that aspect of the story, I'd be like, that does seem like a murder. Fuck, we should look into this.
I mean, all signs point to it being a murder. Not saying, Sam Altman had anything to do with the murder, but
blood in 2 rooms.
But blood in 2 rooms, There's the wireless security camera and the DoorDash being ordered right before suicide. No suicide note. His parents think he was murdered, and the people that I know who knew him said he was not suicidal.
Questionable. Always questionable and question everything.
Mother claims he was murdered on your orders.
Now, the thing is, there has been these accusations and allegations from the family saying that, the company do this because he was a whistleblower and there were some concerns.
Do you believe that?
I'm asking.
I mean,
again, look at the response here. Do you believe that? Like, I'd be like, what? No.
On your orders.
Do you believe that?
I'm asking.
I mean, you just said it. So do you believe that?
I think that it is worth looking into, and if a guy comes out and accuses your company of committing crimes, I have no idea if that's true or not, of course, and then is found killed, and there are signs of a struggle. I don't think it's worth dismissing it. I don't think we should say, well, he killed himself when there's no evidence that the guy was depressed at all. I think, and if he was your friend, I would think you would want to speak to his mom. Or
I did offer. She didn't want to.
So.
And that says a lot when the family doesn't want to do a sit down and talk to you.
Do you feel that, when people look at that and they're like, it's possible that happened, do you feel that that reflects the worries they have about what's happening here? Like people are afraid that this is like.
I haven't done too many interviews where I've been accused of like.
Oh, I'm not accusing you at all. I'm just saying his mother says that.
Again, you're being interviewed and then you're going to say, like, I've been accused. Be like, dude, I'm getting tired of people saying I didn't do nothing.
I don't think a fair read of the evidence suggests suicide at all. I just don't see that at all. And I also don't understand why the authorities, when there's signs of a struggle and blood in 2 rooms on a suicide, like how does that actually happen? I don't understand how the authorities could just kind of dismiss that as a suicide. I think it's weird.
You understand how this sounds like an accusation?
Of course. And I certainly, let me just be clear once again, not accusing you of any wrongdoing, but I think it's worth finding out what happened. And I don't understand why the city of San Francisco has refused to investigate it beyond just calling it a suicide.
I mean, I think they looked into it.
I don't know, man. Again, maybe he's socially awkward and can't convey the emotion, maybe. But again, this interview was just a few months ago. I still get chills watching it.
A couple of times, more than once, as I understand it. I saw that, and I will totally say, when I first heard about this, it sounded very suspicious to me.
Yes.
And I know you had been involved in.
Well, his mother
you were
reached
asked to
out
look into the case.
And I don't know anything about it. It's not my world.
She just reached out cold?
She reached out cold.
Wow.
And I spoke to her at great length, and it.
Another witness. Get up, Go see the White House counselor. Tell her what you just said.
And it scared the crap out of me. The kid was clearly killed by somebody. That was my conclusion, objectively, with no skin in the game.
And you, after reading the latest report?
Yes.
Like, look.
And I immediately called a member of Congress from California, Rogan, and said, this is crazy. You got to look into this. And nothing ever happened. And I'm like, what is that?
Again, I think this is, I feel strange and sad debating this and having to defend myself seems totally crazy. And you are a little bit accusing me, but this was like a wonderful person and a family that is clearly struggling.
Yes.
And I think you can totally take the point that you're just trying to get to the truth of what happened. And I respect that. But I think his memory and his family deserve to be treated with a level of respect and grief that I don't quite feel here.
I'm asking at the behest of his family. So I'm.
Now, this was the video that both Joe Rogan and Elon Musk were commenting on. Because I think a lot of people might have forgot this, just like how people forgot about the Epstein files. See what I did there? Drop that too.
Definitely showing them respect. And I'm not accusing you of any involvement in this at all. What I am saying is that the evidence does not suggest suicide.
Willa Black says his AI Neuralink is lagging, trying to give him compassion response, but it's failing. Get up, go see the White House counselor. But that was funny.
For the authorities in your city to elide past that and ignore the evidence that any reasonable person would say adds up to a murder, I think is very weird. And it shakes the faith that one has in our system's ability to respond to the facts.
So what I was going to say is after the first set of information that came out, I was really like, man, this doesn't look like a suicide. I'm confused. This
Okay,
looks like...
okay, so I'm not being crazy here at all.
Well, but then after the second thing came out and the more detail, I was like, oh, okay.
What changed your mind?
The second report on the way the bullet entered him and the sort of person who had like followed the sort of likely path of things through the room. I assume you looked at this too.
Fandom says he's not good at lying because most of the time the people he's around either immediately agree with him out of fear or are part of his schemes.
Yes, I did.
And what about that didn't change your mind?
It just didn't make any sense to me. Why would the security camera wires be cut? And how did he wind up bleeding in 2 rooms after shooting himself? And why was there a wig in the room that wasn't his? And has there ever been a suicide where there's no indication at all that the person was suicidal who just ordered takeout food? I mean, who orders DoorDash and then...
See how he can only make eye contact when he said this doesn't look like self-deletion? Because he knows it wasn't. Again, we don't know. There needs to be a full-on investigation. We need detective work. So go ahead, Gumshoes. Grab your detective gear and start detecting things. But God, this interview, I forgot how bad it was. It's not good. It's not good. Not great. Not terrible, but not great.
Shoots himself. I mean, maybe. I've covered a lot of crimes as a police reporter. I've never heard of anything like that. So no, I was even more confused.
This is where it gets into, I think, a little bit painful, just not the level of respect I'd hope to show to someone with this kind of mental
I get it. I totally get it. It's
people
just
do
his
commit
family
suicide without notes a lot. Like that happens.
For sure.
People definitely order food they like before they commit suicide. Like this is an incredible tragedy, and I
say that again because that was weird what you just said.
This is where it gets into, I think, a little bit painful, just not the level of respect I'd hope to show to someone with this kind of mental
I get it. I totally get it. It's
people
just his
do commit
family
suicide without notes a lot. Like that happens.
For sure.
People definitely order food they like before they commit suicide. Like,
really? Because usually, again, it's kind of... When he wanted to eat the food first, his last meal because he liked it and then go? I mean, that's kind of like the thought that's going on in my head. Like, wouldn't he want to eat the food first and then go? Would he want to do that? I mean, that's what I'm thinking here with my brain. That's what I'm thinking here, I'm just thinking like, how do we do this? Just think, kid, think.
This is an incredible tragedy, and
That's his family's view, and they think it was a murder, and that's why I'm asking the question.
if I were his family, I am sure I would want answers, and I'm sure I would not be satisfied with really any. I mean, there's nothing that would comfort me in that,
Right.
Like, so I get it. I also care a lot about respect to him.
Bad cookies. Once again, go visit the White House counselor, but you go on the right. After a thorough investigation and funding from Sam Altman, we have discovered that the unaliver was Carmen Sandiego. Carmen Sandiego. We have a whole team searching for her. Any tips will help. All right, bad cookie solved the mystery. Still has to go see the White House counselor. But there you go. We know who our suspect is. Carmen Sandiego from the hit video game that you used to play without your teachers noticing in the computer room. But no, there is a lot of questionable things here. And once again, obviously, it's quite clear that Elon Musk has some beef with Sam Altman. But even then, it is questionable. And I have to really ask, well, what was the real cause? Because people forgot that this was a huge deal, because there's been some questions about OpenAI, and especially for the privacy, especially when people use such technology. Let's be clear here. We already know that we're using our emails more, we're relying on technology more, and artificial intelligence, whether you like it or not, I don't like it as much. I mean, I think it's rather frightening. It's going to be part of our lives. It's going to be part of the private sector, going to be part of the public sector. It's going to be part of your own personal life. And the thing is, privacy calls into question. And if our data, our information, our own secrets are being controlled by the AI or third parties, or in turn being used against us to profile us and keep us filed and selected, and eventually create some sort of minority report or majority report kind of thing, in which we are going to be all categorized in who's good and who's bad. I mean, yeah. I think I'm very glad that there is such thing as whistleblowers, but I think in this day and age now, after seeing what happens to journalists and whistleblowers and people who try and do the right thing, you got to be very careful and keep your head on a swivel. That interview still makes me raise some eyebrows and question things. Body language. But Joe Rogan and Elon Musk had a little talk about it. And I think pretty much if they're saying it looks bad, especially many months after Tucker Carlson did that interview, all of you are saying it looks bad. People across the political spectrum are saying it looks bad. I mean, it don't add up. It don't add up. And if it doesn't add up, we need to start asking some more questions. We'll see how this all plays out in the end. But remember, folks, no matter what, when you're ordering DoorDash, people are going to want the food. I mean, what? He ordered DoorDash just to stiff the guy? No, that makes no sense. That really doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't add up. I mean, why order food when you're going to go? I mean, usually the normal thing to do is eat the food and then maybe go. But why order? The scene itself makes no sense. But what are your thoughts? Will we ever solve this mystery? Type your thoughts in the comment section below. That being said, creating an alibi? They're eating the cats. They're eating the... Transgemini, we might have a special end credit then for Kick. Maybe, if you guys behave yourself. The king is Kit. Thank you, Kurt Boss. I hope all of you are enjoying your extra hour of sleep that you had in. By the way, you're welcome. You're welcome, by the way. But now I got another segment for you guys. I'm going to leave the Warzone Chicago for another day. You know, we'll talk about Warzone Chicago for Monday evening. That's right. There won't be a Monday morning show. There will be a night writing show with Kit Kat, okay? We're going to go night writing with Kit, but let's go ahead and move on.org to our next segment of the day. You know, on Friday's show, we talked about the Detroit cop with no pants. Well, now we're going to talk about a Baltimore cop that's crashing out. A Baltimore police officer suspended after apparently trying to run over a civilian before crashing into a house. The chief superintendent said, Baltimore City Police Commissioner Richard Worley says the video was so bizarre that he thought it was AI. And I thought it was AI too, but it's real, baby. Very real. First, I saw it. I thought it was AI. I honestly did. I thought because you can do so many things with AI. And yes, you can. We had to make sure the video was real. It was not what we want our officers doing. Definitely not what we've been training them to do. The best thing we could do is what we've been doing, which is being transparent. We saw it. We don't like it. We did something about it. We suspend the officer, and we're going to hold the officer accountable for his actions. So what did the officer do? Well, if you want to see it crash out in real time, here we go. Hit him.
Nobody try to hit bro with the car. No, like, oh, time.
Camp Cat writes, looks like the cop ordered garage DoorDash right before this. Kit, in GTA, you earn double points when you have 5 stars. Danny, get up, go see the White House counselor. All right. EMK says, respect my authority. Brian Nelson says, attempted murder. Dan Barr says, effing psychopaths. Kurt Boss, the boss of bosses, criminal negligence. Go police state. Cubanist Cosmonaut says, oh, yeah, I saw this. Oh, yeah, it's very real. It is absolute complete incompetence. Because let's rewind this here real quick. You see the cop. He gets in his car, tries to stop this, trying to arrest somebody. But here's the thing. Why are you going to try and run over somebody with a car? Like, that is a massive excessive force. Trying to run them down. That's rather frightening. Here, one more. Hey, you got to be careful. And of course, this did make it to Baltimore news. So let's go ahead and pull this up here.
A viral video shows a Baltimore City police officer using his patrol car to chase a person on foot before crashing his cruiser into a nearby backyard.
Our WJZ's Stephanie Douglas is live on your corner outside police headquarters with a look at this shocking footage and what comes next. Stephanie, good morning.
Amy, Tim, good morning to you both. At this point, we still do not know why that Baltimore City police officer seen in that video was pursuing that individual. But we do know both Police Commissioner Richard Worley and Mayor Brandon Scott are calling that officer's actions alarming and deeply concerning. Now, this is the viral video that shows the Baltimore City police officer in Park Heights Tuesday chasing an individual who's on foot with his patrol car. You can see the officer follow him from the street to the sidewalk through a vacant lot and down an alleyway before crashing into a nearby backyard. The video has reached tens of thousands of views online. Now, in a statement, Baltimore City Police Commissioner Richard Worley said in part, quote, "This is not how we expect our officers to behave, and this incident does not reflect the values
Dude thought it was AI, though.
or standards of the Baltimore Police Department," end quote. Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates said, quote, "Our office will decline to call this officer as a witness in any active or future criminal prosecutions until the investigation is complete," end quote. Meanwhile, a neighbor told WJZ it was shocking to see how close the officer's car came to his yard.
It's just scary to me now to bring my trash here because I have to look. Because
Yeah, look, I'd be feeling the same way too. Be like, damn, man, is my backyard going to get hit again? Because usually that's something you don't have to worry about. Now, I don't want to worry about that. I don't want anyone to crash into me or crash into anybody's place of living or crash in their car or something. But Holy cow, you're a police officer. You're going to be running over a suspect. Whether or not you think the person is dangerous or not, I mean, okay, fine. Then just call for backup then. Something of that nature. Do you have a reasoning for stopping him? Do you have mistaken identity? You don't need to go ahead and get in your cruiser and then chase the man down.
I don't know what's going to come.
I mean, my goodness, that is a lawsuit in the works right now. I'm pretty sure that there's a lawyer. Hello. This is not how the lawyer would sound. I have no idea what a Baltimore accent sounds like. People of Baltimore, please don't break my legs and then hide me in a house. By the way, shout out to The Wire. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Put respect on Marlowe's name. Hello, I saw that you were the guy being run down. Would you like some money? Put respect on Marlowe's name. Put respect on his name. His name is his name, God damn it.
Here because I have to look because I don't know what's going to come.
Now, that officer has been placed on paid leave while the Internal Affairs Unit reviews his body-worn camera. Reporting live on your corner this morning, I'm Stephanie Douglas for WJZ.
It would be insane if they say we investigated ourselves and we found that there was no wrongdoing. Bull, and you could fill in the rest. That's what you could do right now. Bull and fill in the rest. So what's the big takeaway here? Definitely keep your heads on a swivel. I know right now things are getting intense and emotions are running high. And probably because, one, people are struggling right now, and two, this goes for everybody. And with the way things are happening across the country, especially here in Chicago, where you have ICE now facing up more accountability, and there's now lawsuits probably in the works and potential the National Guard being deployed, then you got the media itself worrying about a civil war between the haves and have-nots. You have a whole system that is not sustainable. It feels like we are living in Mad Max. And I mean the first one, the first movie. If you know what I'm referencing, I love you. But see, the reason why I like that movie the most is because it's my favorite. I know, yes, Road Warrior and Thunderdome, they're more quotable. There's Fury Road, yes, which I think is very beautiful. I think that was a very beautiful film. But Mad Max, the reason why the first one will always stand out is because it was civilization still trying to hold on by the fingernails before it all fell apart. It was going to collapse. It was there, tiptoeing across that border. And then it all fell apart. And I feel like we're entering into that era. That we're just in that point of where it all just goes away. I mean, it's still there, but it's slowly going away. Obviously, the actions of that officer were unacceptable. Trying to run down a suspect, not acceptable. Because, controversial statement here. When a large, heavy police cruiser runs a person down, there's actually a 50-50 chance that said person, be they innocent or guilty, could very well die. And then there's a whole other situation of escalation of force. And where is he targeting the person and using mistaken identity? You got to ask these questions. And I do hope, at least for the people of Baltimore, that something like that does not repeat itself. But chances are something like that already is. And the very fact that you had one of the chief lieutenants or one of the chief police chiefs say that they thought it was AI tells you about the era that we are in, because everything is so weird now that AI can make ridiculous things look real. But in all reality itself can still give us some things to even make us question, is this even real? But it is. So be careful out there. That being said, good to have all of you here. We are going to be wrapping up our Sunday brunch. I, first of all, want to thank all of you for joining in. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Hit the like button one more time for all of us lovely, beautiful people. Please do that for Hard Lens Media. For tomorrow, there won't be a morning show, but there will be a night writing episode with Hard Lens Media. So if you don't got it, get it. If you don't get it, you better go figure it out. But if you want to help out Hard Lens, hey, Linktree, Peachtree, YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, Patreon, Substack, Discord, Instagram. Follow us on all of these social media links. Hey, link to our GoFundMe as well. Please consider helping us out in our fight. We do appreciate all the support and solidarity that we can get here. It's been an uphill battle, but we are very grateful for everyone that's been supporting and sharing our GoFundMe on all social media. Eternally grateful and just thankful for everything that's happening. So just thank you, everybody. And here's hoping for better days ahead. And whatever which way you can, please share our GoFundMe. But now, I made a promise, and a promise is a promise. And I want to give a huge shout out to Cowboy Kitty. So first of all, Cowboy Kitty has been a good friend of the show. And I want to pull up this tweet here. This little tweet on Easy Street. So I want to read this here. Because a promise is a promise. Legal immigrant and hardworking mother taken by ICE. Please share. And we shared it. My sister-in-law, Natalia Viktova, was taken by ICE after being stopped for registration that was valid and up to date. She owned her own trucking company. She has been held for almost 4 months, now without bail, after being accused of a DUI because she didn't understand the commands during the test, was denied a translator. She originally came to America with her daughter seeking asylum, which was granted from her abusive ex-husband. This is her letter for asylum 9 years ago. Subject: request for protection assistance due to fear of returning to home country, to whom it may concern. My name is Natalia Viktova. I'm writing to formally express my inability to return to my home country due to serious concerns for my safety and well-being. I fear retaliation from my ex-husband as well as his friends and family. During the time we lived together, my ex-husband subjected me to severe violence and abuse. He was frequently armed and often threatened me. I'm generally afraid for my life because he is surrounded by violent associates and relatives. Furthermore, my home country is currently embroiled in conflict, which only heightens my fears and feelings of vulnerability. The threat to my safety is ongoing, and I'm terrified by the possibility that I'm being stalked or pursued. Given these circumstances, returning to my country is not an option for me at this time. I respectfully request any protection and assistance you can provide given these pressing concerns. I am prepared to provide any additional information or documentation necessary to support my case. Thank you very much for your understanding and attention to this matter. Sincerely, Natalia. Cowboy Kitty, we have not forgotten. And we do pray and hope that there will be some good news. As always, everybody, please show some support and solidarity. Please follow Cowboy Kitty on social media. Please share this tweet. And guess what I'm doing? Click, copy, paste in the live stream chat right there so all of you can carry it. Please do so. Okay? Please do so. And everyone, please share. But obviously, look, Cowboy Kitty, you tell us whatever's going on. Let's give respect to the family. Let's also remember that, one day at a time. One day at a time. But we are hoping for her immediate safety and release. So there you go. Bad cookies. Hashtag free Natalia, as she should be. All right? Bad cookies, absolutely correct. Also, hashtag justice for Aspen, freedom for Natalia, as it should be. And we got music by Jesse Jet. And we're going to have music by Jesse Jet. Before we do, actually, you know what? I'm going to switch things up. I'm going to have some fun here. Everybody, go to the Kick chat real quick. Go to the Kick chat. We're going to go to Kick. We're going to go to kick.com for some music. We're going to go to kick.com, K-I-C-K. Go to Hard Lens Media. There's the link. Go on to Kick. We're going to have some fun music. We're going to switch things up here. Why? Because I said so. I could do whatever I want. It's my show. So because we're doing that, let me just make sure that we get it all set up. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to switch things up here. So you got a few short seconds. Go to Kick. K-I-C-K, Kick. Until then, take good care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you Monday evening, 9 p.m., not 9 a.m., 9 p.m. There you go.